Hello and welcome back to another episode of ADHD Girls podcast with Claire.
And Laura.
So today we're going to be looking into movement. This could be anything from walking, running, dancing, vacuuming,
Gym.
walking along the beach. I think just basically moving.
Yeah.
So,
anything that your body is not still.
Yeah. I'm going to think about how it helps to regulate our brains. And we're going to be talking about some personal stories, some insights, and some practical tips for how you can use movement to reset. So, Laura, how has ADHD shown up for you this week?
So for me, I feel it's been half term, and here we get 2 weeks. It also means everything is out of routine and things not where they should be. I've been really disorganized. Because I've gotten out of a routine, it's hard for me to get back into a routine.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been trying to focus again on writing and finishing one of my books, at least. And that's really hard to get back into that motion of, once I'm out of motion, it's trying to get back into motion of, right, okay, I have to sit down, focus and write. So that's how I think that is more ADHD. Again, it's going into that because I've not done it for a while and getting into that mindset of, right, just getting back into this one.
It's something that you really want to do. You want to do well.
Yes.
But it's so hard to find that on switch sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I say, you've had a break from it and just try and get back into it. And those 2 weeks where it's completely out of your routine, that must be really difficult.
It is. And in kind of touching on the movement there, the hardest part when I used to run was putting my trainers on. Once I had my trainers on, it was like, once I've started running, that bit was fine. Once I've started the motion, it's fine. And this is similar. And once I start, once that motion starts, it's better. I can.
Yes. So moving the body can help move the mind. Yeah. I mean, I was going to go for a run on Monday. And the reason I didn't, so I had my trainers, they were ready. They were really muddy. And I just wasn't feeling it. I was like, I can't go out in these trainers, absolutely filthy. And so I didn't. So yeah, that was my excuse for not going for a run.
Is that how your ADHD showed up for you this week?
Yeah. And also I had a work from home day. And I find that I move a lot less when I work from home. Obviously, I haven't got the commute. So that's something either side of the working day. But I don't know, I just don't seem to move around as much. And I got to the end of my work day, I was like, damn, I really need to go for a run. So I'm really pleased I did. I just told myself, you're going to go on the treadmill for 10 minutes. Because it's about 10-minute walks to the gym. I thought, go on a treadmill. And I was able to do it because I was like, 10 minutes, I can do it. I actually ended up staying half an hour.
I was going to say, because sometimes I say to myself, I'm only going to do it for 5-10 minutes. Again, once you start, once you're in that rhythm, it's easier.
Definitely. I think that's true, isn't it? So I did that and I did a bit of weight. So I was really happy with that. Downside is that I went in the evening and I wasn't able to sleep very well last night. Sometimes I find I can be quite wired from exercise, which is really frustrating. Doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason for it. Sometimes it does help me sleep. Sometimes it doesn't. But today, not so great because my body was like, hey, you're still running.
It's like, keep going.
Yeah. So talking about my sort of history with exercise, I took up running in my 30s. If you had told me when I was 13 I'd be running, I would like, I don't think so. Because I hated it at school. Let's be honest. It was you just got told to run around a field, do a bit of cross country, and it was just grim. I didn't like the competitive element either. But yeah, so I took up running in my 30s. It actually started because I took on a challenge called Tower 42. You have to climb 42 stories of this tower in London. Yeah, I think it's the old Lapis Tower.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, so I took that challenge and I absolutely loved it. And I loved we were a team from work and it just, was real camaraderie. And I was like, I want to do another challenge. Yeah, so I did this challenge with work, this tower thing. I just loved it. And I was like,
What did you love about it?
Oh, so I love the training aspect of it. So it was a challenge. So it had a deadline, it had a timeline. I would also say the accountability as well, because we were raising money for, I think it was shelter. The fact it was of other people, it was good fun. I guess now I understand myself better. It was an outlet for some frustrations, maybe at work or just in life generally. It's that channeling into something a bit different.
Endorphin hit after?
Definitely endorphin. So after that, I was like, I think I'll take up running, and I signed up for a 10K, which is quite ambitious, really, because I didn't really.
That's your first race at 10K.
Yeah,
that is quite. Yeah.
I think in between starting running and the 10K, I think I did a race for life, which is a 5K, and yeah, I just absolutely loved it. I think one of the things I like about running is the rhythm. So I really have to focus on my cadence, my breathing, and it's that. So I do parkrun, which is run every week. It's a 5K on Saturday morning, and it's that challenge of not setting off too fast, it's pacing yourself. And I just think it gives me that structure as well. So I love doing that, but I also love running on my own. I just love, like I say, the rhythm, and it kind of switches my brain into a different mode where it's not pinballing around in my head. It's actually focused.
Yeah,
so that's
and the
what
oxygen
really
as well, because obviously as you're moving, the oxygen moves around your body and your brain.
Yeah.
So it's kind of feeding you, it's having such a huge benefit, not just the physical movement, but how your body's processing that.
Yeah. And it's good for joints and everything. And it just feels good. The other thing I really like is Zumba. That's a bit different because you've got the rhythm of music, but it's also a bit more freeform. So I like that as an outlet to just shake it around and just see how you feel. Because it's not like you have to know all the moves.
No.
I don't know if you've done Zumba.
I've done it, years ago again. And it's just a bit of fun, isn't it?
It is
kind
fun.
Of thing, you're not conscious because everyone's there to have a good time. There's people of different shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
And it's more just about moving and having fun to a bit of music. So I like that aspect of it. Yeah, they're not serious.
So the music is quite a key thing, isn't it, as well? Because it is fun.
It is. And I find the running bit sometimes, I used to run in my 20s and 30s. But I find running can be, some people take it so seriously.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but you're just a bit conscious of like when someone shows up with all the gear and doing all the stretches and they seem to be like really good. And obviously it's like great for them because, they're invested in it, which is brilliant. But for me, I remember I'd show up sometimes like, I'm just like not in that zone at all. But for me, the running was more about just being outdoors, nature, again, moving the body. And for me, it was that endorphin hit at the end.
Yeah, because it does last, doesn't it?
It does.
I definitely have a runner's high.
Yeah,
some people don't.
Yeah. You feel like, I've done something positive. I feel great. And it's not chasing that, but it's almost like, I know I'm going to get that.
I feel sorry for people who say they've never had a runner's high because I don't understand it because I always feel good after the run.
Yeah.
I mean, I might ache. I might be cursing. I might have caused a problem in my knee or something like that. Yeah. But pretty much I'm always going to feel like giving myself a good workout and feel just that, like you say, that just endorphin.
Yeah. We used to do years ago the Bedgebury races, which Bedgebury is this massive forest pointing in England. And they used to do the evening race, which started, I think, at 7 in the summer.
Yeah.
So it wasn't sunset, but it was just that golden hour.
Oh, it's lovely.
And, you're just in the forest. And for me, personally, as a woman, I love the aspect that I would never run in a forest by myself. Now, that's just for me. You just hear too many stories and I don't want to be a statistic. And this, there was a marked route, so you knew you weren't going to get lost in the forest. There was always people about. It was marshalled, so
friendly as well. So encouragement for the marshals.
Yeah, you felt safe. It was a brilliant event, and it was 5K, and it was just such a lovely run.
I think you did quite a few of that series, didn't you?
Yeah, and I just felt like on days where it was just me, it was just like, it's okay, I feel safe. I'm going to get to the end without, missing woman report coming out.
And you haven't got to worry about where you're going.
No,
you haven't got to think, I've got to do a bit of orienteering.
Waving that way.
That's right.
And as well, you never I'm not a fast runner. I run for the mental health. So I'm always at the back. And I don't really, when I first started running, I was really conscious of that. Yeah, because I thought, oh my God, I'm at the back. This is so embarrassing. And once I've just carried on doing different races and whatever, I cared less and less of where I was in the race. And
so it's only really you that you're comparing yourself to,
exactly,
how you did last time.
Yeah. So for me, it was, but in my back of my mind, when I suppose when you're new to something, you're just more conscious of yourself. And once I became comfortable with, I'm entering these races and they're so much fun, they're so great. You've got a good, like you say, it's just a lovely event. I mean, there's a few races I did in Richmond Park, which again is London with deer, and it's very picturesque. And it's a brilliant place to run. And it was a fantastic race. And again, at the end, people come together and just chatting, and everyone's on that high together in this beautiful setting. And it was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. And you normally get like a little goodie bag, a little bottle.
This is why I like doing parkrun, and I'm doing a challenge of trying to get the alphabet. And part of the challenge is going around, just going around different places, different countries, even done it in Sweden, Netherlands. It's that satisfying that ADHD need to go somewhere new, but also there's structure.
Yes.
And like you say, it's safe. You're never going to get lost. You're away from the roads as well.
For the same reason. Well. Yeah. There's a whole thing of everyone's there for a good time, for a really good, event and a good day out.
That's right. So when you and I meet up, it's usually for a walk.
Yeah.
I mean, the weather's got to be pretty bad for us not to go for a walk.
Yeah.
We're walking around. We're not that bothered.
No.
And I think...
If we start swimming, it's bad for us. With my breaststroke, we're like, we should.
Yeah, so it's really important for us. I think we do a lot of our chats, a lot of our catch-ups, walking side by side, enjoying nature.
Fresh air. And it, for me, helps me on so many different levels. Again, like when I was saying earlier about, you've got your physical body, your brain and your soul. And for me, that just hits all three. So, we normally have something like a snack, a drink or a coffee, movement, a brilliant, what we call our therapy sessions so for me and Claire, when we meet up, it's unhinged ADHD, no shame. We talk literally 100% unfiltered, unmasked on everything, where we can just take off all those nonsense layers that we have to have on and just say, like, this is how I really feel. And that's so refreshing to be able to go, and there's no judgment, there's no shame, there's no like, oh my God, it's just like, yeah, that's fine. That's who you are. That's how you feel. Let it out.
That's right. The trees can take it, right?
The tree. Oh God, yeah.
They never answer back.
No, not yet. That's on Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm overwhelmed by emails, I find that a quick walk just helps shift my brain out of that fight or flight. And if we talk about sort of the science behind some of that, so I was offered some ADHD coaching. And I remember the coach talking to me about when you get in that state of you're looking at your screen and you're just like, that email's made me really angry. I'm in a state of like fight or flight. I can't read it. I can't process it. He said that basically, I think it was the amygdala is probably, the one that's the area of the brain that's currently in charge. And he's like, so I would say to him, I would sit at my screen and try and work out what it meant and what I was doing. And you can't think your way out of that state. And he was like, the only way to get out of that state is to literally move. He's like, you take a 5-minute walk, because that then switches the focus back to the prefrontal cortex, which is the one that is responsible for executive function. So like I say, in the past, I would have sat there and gone, literally tearing my hair out, going, what is wrong with me? Why can't I read this email? It's so obvious. Yet it's not obvious. I can't process it. There's too much text. I don't know what the meaning is. He's like, no, just go around a block, have a walk. So I do that a lot more.
When it's convenient.
When I can, yeah. Or even, I mean, it doesn't have to be on a block. I mean, it could be a fidget toy, some movement. Something you can do with your hands.
Just say, right, I'm going to the toilet, and you just go a longer route.
Exactly. But it was that revelation that, you can't think your way out of it.
You need to move yourself from that situation. Yeah. Whatever is there, you're like, right, there's no answers here. And movement. I mean, there's so many, I was reading, I don't know the exact facts, but a lot of people have those desks where they've got the treadmill underneath it.
Exactly. This is what I want to set up in my home office, because I think that would really help.
Yeah.
It would help the problem of not having enough movement when working from home.
Yes. And as well, I think once you're focusing on the screen, what your body's doing almost kind of doesn't, not register, but you're not focusing on that. You're not kind of aware of, oh God, I'm walking. You're just kind of in that rhythm.
Yeah.
And it has the benefit to, because this is what they were saying. I was reading that scientists years ago used to go walking in Switzerland, and that's where they would talk about a lot of scientific issues, like with them. And that's how a lot of them would come to, they would walk, talk about problems in this amazing setting. And I don't mean they're going to solve everything, but they did come to a lot more progress because it just helped their brains digest and work through.
Well, I think it helps when you're stuck. We're figuratively, mental, whatever. It's, if you're stuck physically, move. If your brain's stuck, move. Because it's going to get it out of that state.
And that's what we're meant, that's what we're for.
Well, exactly. We are. And green spaces are shown to really improve attention and emotional regulation. Obviously, we can't all have access to green spaces when we need them.
Sadly not.
Sadly not, but we can try and get it where we can. And something I find fascinating is that humans are particularly sensitive to green wavelengths. And so 64% of the cones in the eye are tuned to the green light. So it's actually, it's working on a level that, we talk about how we take in so much from the environment as ADHD women.
Yes.
And so if you can take in that green space, if you can look at green, I mean,
that's a natural environment.
Exactly. And so it's November.
Mm-hmm.
It's autumn. We're in the UK and we're looking out at these fantastic trees. They haven't lost a lot of their leaves. We're seeing all these different colours. It's just something very soothing about seeing this change.
Very happy. My soul is very like, okay, I'm happy there. Like we're looking at all the different leaves and we've got all the oranges and yellows and reds and there's so many different tones of it.
It's fascinating to think that was all green a few weeks ago, and it's going through all the different colours.
Shedding.
Oh yeah, get out there.
Season of letting go.
Definitely, and look at some greenery because evolutionary. It's really beneficial
with cities and stuff. Most places do have a park.
Yes, I think in London we're very blessed with a lot of parks, aren't we?
And around the world, I'm just thinking of like, you don't have a park near you, maybe a garden centre.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Somewhere, but I think you've got all the nice screensavers. And I think that's nice to look at visually. But we've been forest bathing.
Yes, we have.
And I can't remember the exact facts because, again, my ADHD brain was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm processing all this wonderful information. But I remember our forest bathing leader was like saying, touching the dirt and smelling it. Because that ignites something in the brain, doesn't it?
Yeah, so she said that it needs to be, you get the most benefit from an ancient woodland because it's got the most biodiversity of bacteria and different microbiome. But yeah, it's really good for us to take in that scent
or a factory, kind of smelling it, feeling it. And it has a lot of, I wasn't saying like not antibacterial, but like if you're not feeling well.
I think she did say about lowering your immune response. It might be because of the stress, because it's stress relief and it's just moderating your breathing and your respiratory rate and your heart rate. So that is obviously beneficial to your whole health. But yeah, it's just really relaxing.
I was reading somewhere else as well where these people were by the ocean and with the waves coming in and out, they somehow, people that were next to the waves, their heartbeat regulated with the waves. So it's almost like, the earth is our home. We are part of the earth. And all these ways are there to help us and soothe us and to kind of give us a bit of relief from our stresses that, let's be honest, human race has created. And things like that, you just have to kind of sometimes really take that time. Go, no, do you know what? I need this.
In terms of some practical tips and hacks, so we've already spoken about, just go for a walk if it's just down the corridor, getting in some green space, movement breaks during work. So having a stretch, shaking it off. Like, look at a dog. What does a dog do? It's met someone new, might be excited. It's not necessarily a negative interaction, but very often a dog will shake that energy off.
Yes.
Just reset themselves. So just shake it off. Shake it off. Music to make movement joyful. Well,
this is
whatever music you like, whatever mood you're in, whether you want drum and bass or whether you want a bit of classical music.
Worse. And my playlist is, you can have a more diverse mood.
Same here.
It will go from one extreme to another.
Yeah.
And anyone listening to it will be like, what is this?
I'm not seeing a theme here. I'm just
it's just random,
scattered.
Yes.
But that's great because that's.
I need it sometimes loud.
Yes.
It's either I need absolutely nothing in complete silence, or I need it so loud that my brain melts. I normally wear headphones, so it's not like anyone else.
Well, that's because you're probably thinking of others, unlike some people on train who are listening to reels and loudspeaker
on loudspeaker.
And I'm like, so the thing with music that is really critical to me is I can't bear it if I've got no control over the music or the noise. If I've chosen to listen to it in my headphones, I can have it as loud as I want. But if I can hear, if there's nothing going on, I can hear other people's music. I'm like, this is just, even if it's something I like, I can't bear it because I can't control the level of it, where it's coming from, and then it'll be mixed with other noise. It's just too many layers of noise. But I'm like, I'm very happy to have my cocoon with my headphones and my music on.
And the same song on.
Yeah, until it is full.
Until I hate it, until I thought I never want to listen.
So I guess, any movement is great.
Yeah, and definitely anything. And, I'm thinking of people who maybe are a bit older or have mobility issues. It's hard, but I think you just have to kind of think, well, just do what you can with what you have.
Yeah, I mean, there's these things.
Even just opening a window. I know that sounds really basic.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just need to kind of let a bit of fresh air in. Because I find at this time of year, the heating's not quite on, but it's a bit stuffy indoors.
Yeah.
And just literally opening the window just to get some air in.
Go for a walk around. You've got a garden.
Yeah.
Walk around the garden. Just move.
Mm.
So, coming to the end of this week's podcast, we're going to go back to the no shame zone. So, as I said, I've got my notebook of all these phrases or names I've been called throughout my life and that have really deeply affected me. And I'm revisiting them and thinking, right, okay, I don't need to hold that around anymore because it's not a problem. There's nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
So I used to get criticism for napping. No? I've always been a napper. I've always been someone who can quite easily have a nap in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty much always tired. And I think you'll probably agree, Laura. The brain is probably is working at such a fast level that we do tend to tire out because we overstretch ourselves. Yeah, so I'd feel that you're being lazy. You don't need to have a nap in the afternoon.
Everyone else is not doing that.
And I'm like, no one else is.
Every single other human being in the earth doesn't do this. That's what I would hear. But no one else does.
Yeah, and I'm like, but now, what I would say now is, well, perhaps they had. How do you know? But perhaps they had 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep last night. Perhaps they don't have the stresses that maybe we do. Perhaps they've got a lot of support. I don't know. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I need it.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with it. And again, it's this being lazy. We've spoken about this before. I can't stand this phrase lazy because if we were lazy, we'd be like, I'm quite happy.
Yeah,
I don't need to do it. But for us, rest is like, it's needed. And sometimes I need different types of rest. And sometimes I just need that sleep.
Yeah.
It almost like cleanses my brain. I wake up feeling, I've had an hour nap and I feel better now.
Yeah. And for me, it's almost like, would you tell a phone on 5%? Why are you dying? Why are you on 5%? Like, to me, it's that same, if I know I need a recharge, I'm an adult and I can say, this is what I need. And there shouldn't be anything, nobody else has a say in that because it's my needs. I know my needs. So if I know, right, do you know what, I need a nap this afternoon, or I just, I'm done by 5 o'clock, there's nobody else should really have a say in that because nobody else knows what I'm feeling or what I'm going through. And like I said, nobody would go to a phone like, what do you mean it's died? Like, why? I don't understand why this phone isn't working. It needs to recharge.
And it's so obvious, yeah. It's like it's used its allotted energy for the day.
I might have used all my energy by maybe even 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I remember working, because I used to work for long shifts and things. And sometimes I would have to sleep in the day. And I remember people were like, oh my God, I could never. It's a shame that, I could never sleep in the day. Oh no.
Shameful.
But I've just worked it was like a 14-hour shift and I've got home at midday. So I've been up all night. You've slept all night. So that's why it's fine for you. But I've not slept all night. I now need a bit of a nap. And again, I wouldn't fall asleep for long because I'd be conscious of, well, I have to sleep tonight because I've got another shift tomorrow. So, and this is where you're thinking, well, I'm now at a stage where I think I shouldn't have to explain myself to anyone. I'm more confident and comfortable in this is what I need and it's got nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
But when I was growing up, there was so much shame attached to, what do you mean you're sleeping in the day? What do you mean you're tired?
At your age, you shouldn't be tired. Yeah, I remember being told this, but you're young, what are you tired for? It's like, it doesn't really matter to anyone else.
No. And how would I...
if that's how we function, is how we function.
Everyone's got different needs and... It's a bit like somebody in a wheelchair. You wouldn't say, well, what do you mean you can't walk? What's that chair? Just think positive or whatever other nonsense. You would never say that or something, right? But it's a different thing about this is what they call invisible disabilities. And it's not for anyone to, and this is my other thing about when people say these things, what are they hoping to achieve with that conversation of saying this to you? And it has to be a negative thing because you wouldn't.
Well, the intention behind it is nothing positive to be gained. It's like, okay.
Shame. It is shame. It's just someone trying to shame you, even if they are meaning it or not. It's, I think, important for you to recognise this obviously there's no point in continuing that conversation because if this person hasn't got the ability to think anything other than what I'm not tired. I don't understand why you're tired.
Yeah.
you're kind of like, well, yeah, I don't know where to go with it.
And this is it, because we've spent all our lives being undiagnosed ADHD. We haven't known we've just interpreted these messages as like a really negative, and it's like,
and you believe them at the time.
Yeah,
that's the worrying thing, because now we've got access to the internet.
We don't have to believe this. We don't have to take this on. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'm here to say, you need a nap, you need whatever. Do it. It's fine. So thank you for joining us today. So movement isn't just helpful; it's actually essential for our brains.
Just do what you can as well. Like I say, everyone's got different, bodies and things going on.
Some people want to do yoga.
Well, there's so much, again, like
some people want to do like weight training.
Yeah, you've got chair yoga. Yeah, there's options available. It's just sometimes, if you kind of go, oh, I don't really know what to do, or you just never know. It's kind of like, it's fine. But yeah, just maybe have a look online and see whatever it is in your scope of ability, and just think, well, maybe try that. Or whatever.
Okay.
Was a no shame. That was a no shame.
Well, we will see you next time.
Next episode.